A monitor screamed. By sunrise, someone would try to end her career. Clamp. Suction. Now. Dr. Maya Bennett didn't raise her voice. She didn't need to. The operating room was white light and shadow, the kind that burns away excuses. A torn spleen leaked where blood should never be, pressure falling, oxygen shaky, minutes mattered. "Stay with me," Maya whispered, not to the patient, but to herself. Protocol, one step, then the next. She traced the bleed, steady hands in a storm, a nicked vessel hiding between bruised tissue and chance. She tied it off. The monitor steadied. The room exhaled. If you love long cinematic stories where justice comes from evidence, not violence, hit subscribe. Back to the table. 2 hours later, a life had been saved. They wheeled Evelyn Hart into recovery as dawn found the windows. 62, wife of a major donor, a woman accustomed to doors opening before she reached them. Maya signed the operative note and checked the chart again. Allergy banner red and loud. No cephalosporins. She'd already switched the antibiotic. Small choices make big mornings. Outside the room, Rosa Alvarez handed her a paper cup. "Water, Doc, hero's dose." "You saved us in there," Maya said. "We save each other," Rosa replied, and the line felt like a truth you could hang a day on. The OR washed off slowly. In the locker room, Maya pressed her phone to her ear. "Hey, Mom, it's me." Her mother's voice came warm, sleep-scratchy. "Still saving strangers at impossible hours?" "Trying," Maya said, smiling into a tile wall. "Tell me about your tulips." "They're dramatic this year," her mother said, like someone taught them to pose. "Eat something, baby." "I will." A pause. "Love you." "Love you more." Maya slid the phone away, the warmth still on her skin. She went back to the floor. Evelyn woke at 8. Soft light. Quiet room. Flowers making their stubborn case for joy. Her first words were not, "Thank you." "Where's the doctor I asked for?" Maya stepped into view. "Good morning, Mrs. Hart. I'm Dr. Bennett, your surgeon." Evelyn's eyes moved over her face. Something tightened that wasn't pain. "I requested Dr. Hamilton," she said, "a man of experience." "Dr. Hamilton was in another OR," Maya said. "You were bleeding internally. We moved quickly. Your surgery went well." Evelyn stared at the ceiling like it might offer a different past. "Get me someone else for the rest. I don't feel comfortable." Rosa's jaw flexed. Maya's didn't. "Your team is excellent," Maya said. "I'll round again this afternoon. If anything hurts before then, press the call button." The door opened. A woman arrived with the speed of a decision already made. "Tess," Evelyn said, her face softening. "Tessa Hart, 34, lifestyle influencer." 2 million people sat up when she lifted her phone. She kissed her mother's cheek, then turned the camera on herself. "Quick update, Hart fam," she said, perfectly pitched. "Mom's okay, but some weird stuff happened with her care. We'll talk later." The lens dipped, not to Maya's face, to her badge. The click felt louder than it sounded. Tessa ended the clip and smiled without warmth. "We're going to get Dr. Hamilton," she told Rosa. "Mom deserves the best." "The best just saved her life," Rosa said. "Is that on the brochure?" Tessa asked. Maya kept her voice even. "There are rules here. Some printed, some practiced." "Mrs. Hart is stable," Maya said. "Let's focus on recovery." Tessa's eyes flicked back like a verdict already printed. "We'll see." By noon, millions would be told that Dr. Maya Bennett almost killed a patient. Not a full accusation. Careful people start wars with fog. Post 1. Strange vibes. Didn't feel heard. Asked for a different doctor. Post 2. Medication concerns. A phrase designed to travel without facts. Post 3. A hallway photo. Tessa's protective hand toward her mother. A blur of scrubs that could have been anyone. The hospital's COO, Daniel Cho, wore exhaustion like a well-cut suit. He called a meeting in a windowless room where decisions go to be practical. Maya arrived with Rosa. Priya Shea from Risk Management slid in a minute later, legal pad already full. Cho folded his hands. We're grateful Mrs. Hart is alive, he began, which meant a storm lived in the next sentence. We're also navigating donor relations. Donors or facts? Rosa asked. Both, Priya said. We'll need your op notes, time-stamped orders, and any bedside interactions documented. When there's a storm, you build a timeline. You'll have everything, Maya said. Every second. Cho's eyes softened for a breath. I know you did the right thing. Right isn't always the loudest thing online. Then we make the truth loud, Priya said. With data. They had data. Allergy alert acknowledged. Antibiotic changed. Pharmacist verified. The OR video, no faces, nothing graphic, showed a team in sync. The post-op notes were neat and clear. It should have been enough. It wasn't. At 4, Tessa posted through tears. I didn't want to do this, she told 2 million people who wanted exactly this. But there was almost a medication error. Thankfully, I caught it on the label. Please hold people accountable. The comments flooded. Hearts, rage, and a chorus of name and shame from people who would never step inside this building and felt powerful anyway. In pharmacy, a tech pushed her chair back. She says she caught it? The pharmacist shook his head. The system caught it. Dr. Bennett changed the order before we even cued a label. Screenshots? Printing. In housekeeping, a woman paused her cart, phone buzzing. I cleaned that room, she whispered to herself, more prayer than sentence. That doctor was kind. In the cafeteria, 2 med students refreshed a hashtag like it might give them a grade. You know Dr. Bennett? One asked. Only by reputation, said the other. The kind where you want her on your worst night. Rosa blew into the bullpen like weather. She's lying, Rosa said. We stopped the med because Maya saw the allergy before pharmacy even sent it. Screenshots, Priya said. We need times. Maya pulled up the chart. Alert at 2:31. Order changed at 2:32. Pharmacist acknowledgement at 2:33. Every click leaves a footprint if you care enough to look. Good, Priya said. Anything else that will matter later? Rosa hesitated. Mrs. Hart had supplements, the kind you buy from someone you follow. We bagged them with personal items. Priya's eyebrows lifted. Brand? Rosa named it. Cho closed his eyes. $8 million buys a new wing, he said quietly. It can't buy a lie. Priya tapped her pen. Order a tox screen. Some natural products increase bleeding risk. If she took it within 24 hours, it may show. Consent, Maya said. Consent came from Evelyn reluctantly after Priya explained it could prevent future complications. Tessa objected, then recalibrated, on camera. Guys, the hospital is bullying my mom into tests, she said in a hallway where signs about privacy didn't fit inside her frame. If anything happens, Miss Hart, Greg Owens didn't raise his voice. He didn't have to. No filming in patient areas, those are the rules. Seriously? Tessa threw her hands up. My audience deserves updates. Your mother deserves privacy, Greg said. And you deserve to know that rules protect her too. He didn't touch her, he didn't step forward. He became a wall made of policy and the hallway settled. That night the lab result landed. The supplement Evelyn had been taking, one Tessa promoted in 3 separate videos, contained an unlisted ingredient known to enhance bleeding risk. Not illegal, not wise, not on any hospital formulary for a reason. Priya circled the number. There it is. Do we go public? Cho asked. We go procedural, Priya said. Internal hearing first. If we fight online, we lose to theater. If we fight with facts, we win to record. Maya didn't sleep. Not from fear, from focus. She built a binder. She didn't subtweet. She didn't snap. She printed logs and tabbed the timeline. On the first page, she wrote in block letters, evidence, not violence. If that's your kind of fight, tap like. It tells the algorithm there's room for stories where the truth is quiet and relentless. Morning carried two things: coffee that tasted like purpose and a notice from Cho. Donor Relations will attend the hearing, so will Mrs. Hart and her counsel. Maya stared at her reflection in the elevator doors, not at the scrubs, at the eyes. She remembered a residency night when a senior said, "You'll lose more sleep to other people's opinions than to sutures. Don't." She pressed the button harder than it required. In a tiny chapel no one photographed, she sat for 60 seconds, not to ask, to empty. Then she stood and went to work. Counsel understood that aggression sells. He opened with theater. "My client was distressed," he said. "Distress deserves deference." "Distress explains a feeling," Priya replied. "Does not rewrite a timeline." The room was small, a table, 4 chairs, the soft hum of air. Important rooms are often bland, so decisions don't have to be. "Dr. Bennett," the lawyer said, "is it true you ignored my client's request for a different doctor?" "It's true your client had internal bleeding in minutes, not hours," Maya said. "Any board-certified surgeon on call is qualified. In trauma, the priority is time." "So you refused?" He tried to make the word land like a blow. "I acted," Maya said. Priya slid the first exhibit forward. "Allergy alert at 0231. Order changed at 0232. Pharmacist acknowledged at 0233. There was no medication error to catch. There was a prevention to document." The lawyer frowned. "Then why is there video of my client's daughter intervening?" "Because she was filming in violation of policy," Greg said from the corner. "We asked her to stop. We asked again. We documented. It's in the record." "Evelyn," Tessa broke in, the veneer cracking. "You don't have to sit here and take this." Evelyn had been silent, hands folded, knuckles pale. Tired, not from surgery, but from a world that always bent and finally didn't. "What about the supplement?" Priya asked evenly. She slid another page. "You took it the day before your fall?" Evelyn's eyes flicked to Tessa, then back. "She said it would help with energy." "It can also thin blood," Priya said. "It interacts with certain medications and conditions. We're not here to shame you. We're here to protect you." That's what Dr. Bennett did. The record is clear. The lawyer changed tactics. "This is all very tidy," he said, "but my client felt disrespected. She deserves a say in who touches her body." "She does," Maya said softly. "When there is time. When there isn't, she deserves survival. She got that." Silence arrived and stayed. "Here's our proposal," Priya said. "The hospital will release a neutral statement. The patient is stable. Care followed evidence-based guidelines. We do not comment on private health information. Mrs. Hart will retract any public implication of negligence. Ms. Hart will remove content filmed in restricted areas. We are not seeking damages. We are seeking accuracy." "That's it?" Tessa asked. "You're just letting us off?" "We are letting the truth do its job," Priya said. "What you do next is on you." Evelyn smoothed the edge of a page like it might open into another hour of sleep. When she spoke, her voice had sand in it. "Dr. Bennett," she asked, "did you save my life?" "My team did," Maya said. "I led them." Evelyn closed her eyes and opened them. "Then I'm sorry," she said without looking at her daughter. "We will correct what we said." Tessa's mouth opened and closed. Influence is heavy until it isn't. "My audience is not entitled to a lie," Evelyn said. The statement went out at 2. Neutral, precise, uninteresting if you didn't care about truth, electric if you did. In the marketing office, a PR writer trimmed adjectives like hedges. "No spin," she told herself, "just spine." In the donor suite, a man in a blue suit read the statement twice, then sent a one-line email. "We support appropriate care. The hospital will continue to receive our pledged funds." He had a granddaughter in nursing school. In a small apartment, a med student texted her group chat, "Bennett 1, gossip 0. Tessa removed the videos. Not because she believed she was wrong, but because brand partners pinged her with their own alarm. Medical misinformation violates guidelines. The apology post performed poorly. Accountability rarely trends. It lasts longer. The hospital did not celebrate. That isn't what hospitals are for. Cho shook Maya's hand at the nurse's station under fluorescent lights that made everyone the same kind of human. "I'm sorry I asked you to sit in that room," he said. "I'm not," Maya said. "Rooms like that keep the walls standing." Rosa hugged her anyway. "Coffee on me, forever." That night, Evelyn asked for Maya. No cameras, no speeches, just the steady beep of a monitor doing its small miracle. "I was unkind," Evelyn said. "I thought wanting something meant needing it. I thought fear meant I was right. I'm grateful you didn't wait for me to learn." "Fear sounds like orders when we're used to being obeyed," Maya said. "My daughter isn't used to the word no," Evelyn said. "You taught it to both of us today." "Rest," Maya said. "The kindest order of them all." 2 weeks later, a formal board review told the city the hospital still believed in paper trails. The room had better microphones and worse coffee. Priya presented the timeline like a spine. Joe spoke about donor pressure and the difference between gratitude and leverage. Greg outlined security policy without blame, only boundaries. Rosa testified to care given with hands and attention. A patient advocate read letters from families who had never met Maya, but recognized her work in the survival of someone they loved. A union rep reminded the room that protecting staff from viral storms protects patients too. Maya spoke last. "I'm not here to win a fight," she said. "I'm here to document one I refuse to have. When someone tries to cancel your work with a caption, the loudest thing you can do is not yell. It's write, it's record, it's submit. Evidence is patient, it waits. It does not care if it trends." The board voted unanimously. Care appropriate. Policies upheld. No disciplinary action. Outside, the sky was an unapologetic blue. "If you're still here, you're my people. Tap like, subscribe, and tell me your city." I read everyone. New long-form stories every week. Evelyn waited in the lobby with a pen and a form. She signed a donation not for a wing, but for a scholarship fund for nurses. Rosa's name went on the first line. Evelyn also signed a letter supporting the hospital's no filming policy, a rule that protects people when they're too vulnerable to protect themselves. Tessa stood a step behind her, phone in her pocket for once. "Dr. Bennett," Tessa said. "I took the videos down." "I saw," Maya said. "I'm planning different content next month," Tessa added. "Reading labels, not filming where it hurts people. My manager says it will tank." "Then it's probably worthwhile," Maya said. "Do you forgive me?" Tessa asked. "That word belongs to people who were hurt," Maya said. "I wasn't. Not how you think. I was interrupted. There's a difference." Tessa nodded like the first step toward understanding is the space where you don't. Rosa appeared with 2 coffees and a grin big enough to light the hallway. "Victory lattes," she announced. "Justice lattes," Maya corrected, and they laughed the kind of laugh that only returns when the air clears. Later, in the empty break room, Maya sat with the binder. The case was closed, the truth filed. She opened it anyway and ran a finger down the tabs. Alert, order, acknowledged, policy, hearing, decision. She thought of a residency night when she'd eaten ramen at 3 a.m. on a staircase landing because the cafeteria was closed and the world felt impossible. She remembered the senior who said, "You will lose more sleep to other people's opinions than to sutures. Don't." She smiled. She'd kept that promise to herself tonight. She tucked a new note at the back. Plain, black ink for the next person who would need it. Evidence, not violence. Keep going. In the corridor, a volunteer pinned a flyer. Nursing scholarship announced. In the doorway, a patient in a wheelchair looked up at a sign that said, "No filming beyond this point," and seemed relieved by the boundary. Maya closed the binder. "We did good," she said to the room and to anyone listening. "We did it the long way, the right way. If that's the kind of ending you want more of, you know what to do." Like, subscribe, and tell me what truth you're learning to make louder. I'll see you in the next story.